A quick video as to, why I went vegan. Because I never really, I never really told you guys why I went vegan. I didn't go vegan because of the animals and the environment, unfortunately. Um, I went vegan because I almost died. So one day I went to see my family and I kept using the bathroom. I kept urinating a lot. And it just didn't make any sense. So, our community, uh, we're not educated on health as much as we all think we are. All we do is get up and try to make a dollar and try to work, 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 work. We never take time to understand the foods that we're eating, to understand what we're doing to our bodies, because we're just so, we're everybody is struggling. Everybody, whether you rich or you're poor, everybody's struggling to keep what they have. So we became complicit to what we ingest. I had a restaurant and I was eating most of, you know, the products, which wasn't good because it was free. It was mine. I was just eating away. So that being said, one day I woke up and I didn't feel good. I don't remember quite how I felt, but I felt sluggish and I felt like I just felt I just felt real sick. And hold on, let me put my bed up so I could talk to you guys. Okay. So while I was sick and I felt real sick, it was just weird. And my wife was like, "Yo, I'm calling the ambulance." So, she called the ambulance. They came. I couldn't even walk, and I remember it. It was real bad. I couldn't walk, and when they had to lift me up and take me out the house or whatever, because I couldn't walk. And I was big. I was like touching 400 pounds. Now I'm half that size. So they took me to the doctor or whatever, the emergency room, and the doctor came and he's like, "Oh, hey, how you doing? Just want to let you know you'll be all right. Here's some medicine, and you'll be on your way. After you finish your IV, you could go home." I wasn't I wasn't content with what he said. I wasn't happy. So I had to, I asked, I said, like, what's going on? And I was like, do you need to run tests? Do you need to see where this came from? And I'm like, my family don't have a history of this. Like, all of these things that I'm saying, it just didn't make sense. So he was like, yeah, you just have diabetes. It's okay. And I was like, yeah, but don't you want to check my A1? Don't you want to see what's going on? He's like, nah. Gave me a prescription of metformin, and that was it. He didn't give me one of those machines to check my blood. He just gave me a prescription, went to CVS, picked it up, and that was it. I I started to do research, and I just didn't like what I was hearing. So right there and then, it just got worse. I left the hospital with my sugar still at 300. Okay? 300. He wasn't supposed to let me go like that. He was supposed to bring it all the way down and then release me. That didn't happen. So, that being said, I was rushed back to the hospital, I think within a week. But this time, it wasn't insulin. It wasn't, excuse me, it wasn't metformin. It was insulin now. So now I was put on insulin 4 times a day. After that, I lost my eyesight. Yeah, I lost my eyesight. I couldn't see. And that's when I started to panic. Sometimes we're born with all of these things, these beautiful things that's on our bodies, our eyes, our nose, our ears, all the elements that makes us who we are. And some of us are born blind, some of us are born deaf, and we don't realize how good we got it. But that day, I'm not gonna lie to you, it was one of the most scariest things I ever felt. I wasn't able to see my wife. I wasn't able to see the sky. I wasn't able to see nothing. Everything was just a blur. So I ran to the eye doctor, and they told me that, once the sugar goes down, I'll be able to see again. So I had some type of hope from the eye doctor, but not the doctor in the emergency room. You see, these doctors, they don't care about you. All you are is just a prescription and just the thing that feeds their family. They're living in these mansion houses and these homes. You got to remember, they take an oath. These doctors take an oath. They do not care about you. They're not going to tell you to go on a plant-based diet. They're not going to tell you that, you're eating too much of this and you're eating too much of that. Very, very few will. That being said, so now I'm blind, partially blind. I can't really see. And I started to pray. I started to panic. Can you imagine? You got a family. You're the provider. You're the one that makes sure everything is right, and you can't do anything. You can't. You're just like destroyed. This is why millions of men take their lives, because most of us sometimes are the providers, or sometimes it's not that we're the providers, but sometimes your wife is pregnant or something like that, or your wife can't work because she's sick or something like that. And it's like, it's hard. You don't want to sit there and just think that you can't help your family. So I prayed, and I prayed, and I prayed, and something said, you need to become vegan. So right there and then, well, I'm lying, not vegan, but vegetarian. I stopped eating the meat. I wasn't too fond of fish, so I never really ate fish like that, so it wasn't that hard. But I was addicted to cheese. Addicted. I'm talking about, like, cheese was like my God, and I had to learn that there's cheese, but vegan cheese. But I didn't know. I was oblivious to the whole plant-based diet, to the whole veganism thing. I was oblivious. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I became vegetarian or pescatarian, and I was still eating eggs, and I was still consuming cheese. But I was not eating the meat or the chicken and the beef and the pork and all that stuff. So then one day I was watching this YouTube video, Happy Healthy Vegan, and he was like, yeah, you ever, you became a pescatarian, or I think he was a pescatarian, and at one point he was still eating the eggs and the cheese. And my problem is, I felt like my face was just getting bigger, because my face was huge. Like, I looked like a water balloon. And he was like, yeah, I was eating all of this cheese and the eggs, and then my face just got bigger, and I was losing weight, but I felt bloated, and I was like, I feel the same way. So then I was like, what should I do? And then I was like, oh, I need to be vegan. I need to just let everything go. And I did. I went cold turkey. I didn't care. And I did it. I went vegan in a second. After seeing that video, so Happy Healthy Vegans, like, you guys don't know. You guys saved my life. By you saying that, in your video, it opened up this light in my soul, and it told me, like, you need to stop. Now, I just want to say something. This veganism movement, I feel like it's getting out of hand, because you have all types of vegans. You have alkaline vegans, you have raw vegans, you have this vegan, that vegan. Give everybody a break. So what if somebody eats tofu? So what if somebody didn't drink alkaline water? This is not easy. I recently could fully say I am vegan. My deodorant is vegan. My soap is vegan. My toothpaste is vegan. You know, everything. My pets are vegan. Well, except for my cat, but I'll explain later. So, you know, becoming vegan is not easy. It's not easy. But I became vegan because I almost died and I had no choice. I didn't become vegan because I felt like I was saving the world or saving the animals, but after surrendering and submitting to a plant-based diet, I realized how much damage I was doing. I don't want to cry, but I was doing a lot of damage to my body. And all of you people out here that continue to eat this meat, that continue to just be asleep and oblivious to this, you have to stop. You have to. I know it tastes good, but you don't know where it's been, and you don't know how, and you don't know why. That animal is just like you. We're all animals in our own way. We're all creations, creatures. We shouldn't eat each other. Yes, I guess. So you want to say, oh, but God made them for us. I think God is very happy with us vegans right now. We're not destroying his creations. We're not destroying the planet. You have to understand, one cow, just to kill one cow, how much destruction it does for the planet. Anyways, I don't want to get, sidetracked, but that being said, this is why I went vegan. I went vegan because one day I woke up with diabetes and I lost my eyesight and my world crumbled. So, if you could save yourself, wouldn't you? If you could save somebody else, wouldn't you? And I have pets, I have dogs, I have cats. I would never eat one of them. Never. So why would I want to eat something else like a chicken or, and it just all dawned on to me and it all just started to make sense. It all makes sense. What's so bad and scary is that the community that we live in don't have the proper nutrients, the proper food that we need to sustain a complete plant-based diet. You're not going to find nutritional yeast in your neighborhood, especially if you're living in a poor neighborhood. You're not going to find seaweed. You're not going to find some of these things. The only way you find these things if that neighborhood becomes gentrified. We need to fix our own neighborhoods. We need to feed our own selves. We need to take care of ourselves, and we need to stop this fight. Like, all of these vegans are always fighting. And I notice as well, some of these vegans, like, it's about race. Why are we putting race into veganism? It's oh, you got black vegans and then you got white vegans and you got, who cares? We're vegan. We're saving the planet. We're saving the animals. We're saving us. We're saving the future. I'm already an old man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're saving our kids to come, or our kids that are already here. That's what it's about. It's not about, oh, he ate tofu. Oh, he cooked those beans. Oh, he ate nuts. It's not about that. Being vegan is more than that. And if you guys don't understand that, I don't know what else to tell you. We are so quick to judge and so quick to take something so beautiful and mess it up. Go vegan. Save the world. Save your soul.